Guess what, boys and girls? It's Tuesday night. So you officially will be rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Tonight, we'll touch briefly on the Cubs and the Sox, Bulls, and Bears. So without further ado, welcome to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Producer, hit it!
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
He ain't lying. We really don't know shit. No, a little bit, but we really don't know shit. Not at all. Welcome, everyone, to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast on your man, Foul Mouth C. The rest of the crew will be coming on shortly and briefly. But just want to talk to you guys. A couple days ago, Cubs won, Sox won, Bulls won. It was one of the better days that we've had in Chicago, sports-wise, in a very long time. That just tells you the state of where our Chicago sports teams are. Not pretty good. I mean, the Bulls are stuck in mediocrity. I mean, they win some games. Everybody wants them to tank for a chance to get the guy, Cooper Flagg from Duke, who is right now the consensus number one pick. And they're not doing a good job of tanking. They winning games, buzzer beaters, blowing people out. Kobe White is turning into fucking Ben Gordon. Josh Giddey looking like fucking Larry Bird, getting down there triple doubles every game. What the hell is going on? You know, we got to start the baseball season. Cubs started out getting their ass whooped 2 games in a row. Typical. I mean, there's a reason why you're called the lovable losers. Sox won the first game and lost 2 straight. And then they won another one. Starting pitching staff is actually looking pretty good. I mean, shit. They may be allowing 2 runs a game, if that. And then we got the Bears. Right now, I know it's the owners' meeting, so the owners have been discussing certain rule changes in the NFL. I know there's a lot of talk about the push-tush or tush-push or whatever the hell it's called. I heard that they just changed the rule now. So in overtime, both teams will be able to get the ball. It doesn't matter if the other team scores a touchdown first or not. The other team will get a chance to have the ball. So we're going to talk a little Cubs and Sox. Little. We're going to talk about the Bulls. We're going to have some highlights. And then we're going to get into the Bears. So that's my little talk. So without further ado, it's time to bring on the Clubhouse Podcast Dream Team. because we don't know shit. And I know a lot of people that don't like us. Certain other podcasts think that we don't know shit either. So, fuck them. Without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in the dream team. So, first up, the man that knows all the stats from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, our boy JB.
What up, fam?
What's going on, man? My son coughing in the background.
I hear him.
You know?
Hear him, little Rick. I hear him.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Just some of them dog days going on, but it's like it's hard to get excited when you look at some of our Chicago sports because it's like, man, it's just you waiting for that letdown. And speaking of the Bulls, of which we'll get into a little later, where was this at the beginning of the year? Where was this excitement early on? Because now all you're telling me is that they went out, maybe win a playing game, and we're going to keep Billy Donovan and AK?
Hey, man.
I'm not good with that. That's a bad feeling for me.
Man, who are you telling? Shit, damn it, like a bad almond shit.
It is, and I don't pretend like to be a Billy Donovan apologist as much as I am.
Dominguez.
But like, come on, man, like he's not built for this. And if moving forward, like, and I'm scared all the whole talking about tanking for Coop. That wasn't gonna happen the minute you was in the playoffs. You knew you wasn't gonna tank for Coop. You know, but it's like, well, shoot, who do we get? Because the last couple of years, I don't even trust them to draft the right person. I'm still mad about Patrick Williams.
All right, talking about that nice thing from the guy. Yeah.
I mean, I know he's probably gonna be gone. I would love to see somebody like Ace Bailey in a Bulls uniform. You know, is he doing kind of like what Bazelas does? But you know, we can get into that a lot later. You know, but it's like we stuck in mediocrity. Who do we get?
It's true. We are. So we'll bring in the second member of the Dream Team. The man, the myth, the legend, the tank, but you all know him as Frank. Frank, the Tank.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Man, we ain't getting in there tonight.
What's that?
Like JB, like not even kidding. The first thing I was thinking of too, with the Bulls playing like this right now, was just like, oh my god, this is going to get Billy Donovan to keep his job.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Like, man, I hope it doesn't happen. But hey, I will say I'm happy that the young kids are playing well because they seem to be playing just freely, like just going out there and having fun. Like Giddey has proven that trade looks pretty damn good right now.
Oh, I tried to tell you, guys. I tried to tell a lot of people about that, but you know,
I was the person.
You don't know shit on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I was the person who, when it happened, I was just like, I felt we could have got a lot more for AC. But then I did do some research. I saw like Giddey's game and how well he played when he had the ball in his hand, and he was only 22 years old. I was just like, I mean, I'm going to take this and I'm going to see how it goes, and it's looking good right now. So,
yeah, I mean, he's literally beating Alex
and
Caruso.
And when you get rid of the ball dominant,
more rebounds, more assists, more points.
And when you get rid of the ball dominant players too, I mean,
percentage.
Look what Kobe White's doing when you got rid of the ball dominant player. Like, I mean, that's a huge thing too. And
look what happens when we get a point guard.
That is the big thing that I've noticed. Yes, when Giddey is playing like this, man, it makes everyone else better.
But tell you the truth, in defense of
other than Patrick Williams, he still fucking is in La La Land.
In defense of Zach LaVine, I mean, shit, they were still looking good when they had Zach. I mean, it wasn't like Zach was sitting up there putting up bullshit numbers. I mean, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage was up, you know, scoring 20-something points per game. I think it's more so have to do, still to this day, I think it's still about the coaching.
Oh, 100%. I still think that.
1,000%. Billy Donovan doesn't make adjustments worth a damn. And then when you look at, like, defensively, like, what are you doing?
I mean, hey, let's start off Bulls talk then, because we know we can finish the whole show Bears. Let's start off some Bulls talk. We do got some highlights.
Well, let's go ahead and roll them highlights.
Let's see that. Like, Kamish, you want to roll?
Big time players make big time plays.
Giddy. Back to Kevin for three. Oh, give me the hot sauce, Kevin Herter. Possession for both sides.
Boy, he's switching hot.
Vucevic covering Reeves. Reeves got it.
They got to stay away from that, Adam.
12 seconds left. Bulls have to hurry. Get it into Vucevic. Quick pass to Williams. Big shot for three. Good. 2-point game. 9.8 left. Oh, loose ball. Giddy. The steal. White for the lead. Yeah!
Big time plays. Big time plays. Kobe White.
Doncic took the final shot before that. Here's Reeves. Reeves straight to the cup. Lays it in to take the lead. Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddy for the win.
Go! My God! I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh, no.
You're going to cry in the car.
Elizabeth.
Hey, I don't know where he shit, man.
Who's the big one?
I don't know where he comes up with some of this.
Game. Blouses.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I had to sit up there and say, Bulls may be the whitest team in the NBA.
But their best players is black and his last name is White.
Right. I said, damn. I've never seen white Bulls before, but I'm seeing it now.
You're not lying, though.
I've never seen white Bulls before, but I'm seeing it now because there's a lot of them. Damn it, I love it.
But, I mean, no, like this, I mean, everybody, I mean, we all want, obviously, better draft or status because the way they're playing right now, we're probably going to wind up with like a 12 pick or something like that.
Yeah, because I think they're going to more than likely
they're going to make the
names. They are up in the
They're
play-in.
the playoff. They're locked in the playoff.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to get in the play-in. I just think it depends on what they do when they're in the play-in, if they win or they lose. If they win, of course, shit, you might as well kiss that goddamn shit goodbye because they'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they'll probably face Cleveland. One thing I don't quite understand is that Billy Donovan has damn near 3 7-footers, and he won't put 2 of them in the damn starting lineup.
He plays small ball too much, man. That's his game. And that works in college or if you're the Golden State freaking Warriors.
If you got the shooters.
If you got the shooters. But my thing is this. To what you just said, Fal, didn't kind of Cleveland give you the blueprint of how to, like, compete in this league right now?
I mean, why the hell do they think Cleveland got the best damn record in the league? It ain't because they fucking cold like that. They got 2 fucking 7-footers that's versatile. They plays defense, grass boards. One can go inside and out. Both of them can go inside. I mean, shit. What the fuck? Billy, you got Jalen Smith. He can go inside and out. You got Vooch that can go inside.
That's if he plays.
Huh?
That's
I know. That's one of the reasons I heard early on in the season, like he wanted to get the hell up out of here because he
doesn't like Billy
mad
Donovan.
about his playing time. You know, he doesn't know his role on the squad, and that has to do with your coach Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan
doesn't know how to coach scoring big. I mean, that's just how it is. He's never been.
He's never been that. But my thing is this: you contradict yourself when you have a 6'10", 6'11" center in Vooch who can play inside out.
Yeah.
When you have him, and that was supposed to be the whole reason you got him because he was the focal point of your offense. When you don't run your offense through him often and early, then what do you got him out there for? Because I don't need a 7-footer shooting threes, and we got a 6'7" power forward trying to rebound.
Exactly. And wondering why we're bottom in rebounds in the league.
Yeah.
And I mean, when it comes to
he doesn't play defense. He doesn't play defense because and I'm glad you said that, Fal, because in that highlight, I expect Austin Reeves to kind of blow past Vooch like that.
Yeah.
There's no way Austin Reeves should have blew past Patrick Williams like that.
Yes.
No reason.
You talking about your supposed D&3 guy?
Yeah, it does. Like, there is no reason why, like how you like running your offense through him. And I'm just going to throw Zach LaVine back into this lineup here. When you got the 3-point shooters like a Kobe White, like a Zach LaVine, and you're feeding Vooch, who's pretty much going to get double teamed every single time in the post, you're leaving wide open 3-point shooters, but you don't run that offense. You just keep running high pick and rolls and pushing Vooch out to the 3-point line. Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense.
Well, it makes sense if you look at the offense he's trying to run versus the team that they actually have.
Yes. And I mean, that's a great question too, because who are we putting that blame on? Like, obviously the president, GM, Arturas Karakarovic, whatever the fuck his name is, like seriously, he did not give Billy Donovan a team that works for what Billy Donovan likes to run. But Billy Donovan isn't adapting. He is still running the same shit with people that he knows it's not going to work with.
Yeah.
That's true, but you also got, and the part that really kind of like pisses me off with it is now you're forced to play certain people, Patrick Williams, because you got a $90 million contract.
Yeah.
And we knew going in that you were an undersized 6'7", 210-pound power forward. But you got, and not to say anything wrong for the kid, but then you got Buzelis, who's actually hustling, trying to get diving on the ground, trying to play, and he can't get the minutes that he should get because eventually I have to play you. I have to play you. You know, and it's like right now you talking about 6'10", 6'10", 6'10" across the board. We can start tall. We could get some length out there.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. Billy, right now, this team is on a hot streak, even though I think they're going to lose 2 in a row or some shit like that.
I mean, OKC just handed them.
Yeah.
But we expect,
I mean, we're not going to get out of our bodies. We knew that.
OKC is insane.
Yeah, and I think they lost 1 point to Dallas. But when you sit up there and you think about this Bulls team, they got a lot of versatility to it, but Billy doesn't utilize that. You don't have to bring, like, first of all, let's get one thing straight. Montes wasn't even, I don't even think he really even started the season on the Bulls team. I think he was in the fucking G League. I know at one point he was going back and forth.
He was on a two-way
to the G League until somebody got in Billy Donovan's ear and said, hey, look here, this dude is a first-round pick. Why the fuck we keep sending him down there to the G League? But that also comes down to Bulls management, where you go on and stockpile your team full of small forwards and guards and have like 1 or 2 bigs. Because Jalen Smith and Vooch are the only damn bigs that they got. Now they have Zach Collins. So there's no excuse for you not to start Jalen Smith, a guy that can play defense, grab you rebounds, go inside, shoot the 3.
Jalen Smith would be a good 4.
Have a perfect complement next to Vooch.
Yeah, he'd be a good 4 next to Vooch.
So you could put Montes coming back off have Montes come off the bench, start Cody, start Giddey. Hell, if you want,
I put Montes at 3.
Yeah, you can put him right there in small forward. I mean, he's not
well,
really.
That's what he's playing.
As far as shooting.
But that's what he's playing now. They went ahead and remember I don't know if you remember, but the last couple of games they play him. Actually, they're playing now.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Raptors tonight. But just evenly distributing minutes and stuff like that. It's like you literally with Buzelis is 6'10", Vooch is 6'10 and a half, Kobe White is 6'5, Kevin Huerter I want to say is anywhere between 6'3", 6'4, Josh Giddey 6'6", 6'7", maybe 6'8. Like you have a longer lineup, but it's when you get more efficient is when you're like if you're playing OKC. Why wouldn't you put your bruisers in? You know Shea like to get to the cup. You know Lou Dort like to get to the cup. You got both Jalen Williams that can go inside out. But you don't want to put your footers out there? Like that doesn't make any sense. Move Vooch to the 4. Move Montez, like you said, to the 3. I'll be honest with you. He hit 1 shot, but I don't give a good damn if Patrick Williams ever plays again. He could be on the next thing smoking. I don't give a two. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can still start Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter.
He's your shooter. I like her. He's your shooter.
So you can start him, Kobe White. You got Giddey, Jalen Smith, Vucevic. Coming off the bench, Montes, Collins, Williams. TNT. Don't forget THT is playing too. Yeah. You got guys off the bench that can actually come in there and give you a boost as far as when it comes down to scoring. You can sit up there, you can do that. That's the type of versatility that you have on this team. The thing is that you got a coach that can't get his head up his ass. He doesn't know a good lineup if it came in there and smacked his ass.
No,
so it's killing us right now. It's killing us. I mean, they've been winning. Toronto, where the Bulls up by 10 right now, which is a good thing. Vooch has 16 points so far. I mean, but guess why? Because when you look at that Toronto team, what is the one thing that Toronto team lacks?
Size.
Height and size, yes. That's why you get a Jalen Smith down there and kill him. That's why you get a Vucevic down there and kill him. That's why you put in a Zach Collins. You use what you got. You use the advantages that you got.
And what's wrong with putting Vooch at the 4? Do you remember last year when Drummond and Vooch was in the court at the same time? Like they were locking it down. Offensive boards, all ours. Defensive inside out, 50-50 balls, all like, come on, man. It don't take rocket science to know that. You know, but we keep.
I wanted them to do that more often with Drummond and Vooch.
Here's a rhetorical question, but I want to answer. Is Billy Donovan the next Matt Eberflus?
Should be.
Don't keep losing us games to the dumb decisions.
Was Matt Eberflus the next Billy Donovan?
Yeah, that is true too.
One is gone, so I got to ask it in reverse.
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, this is what I thought. You know who Matt Eberflus reminded me of? Who was the coach before Billy Donovan?
Bald guy, Nagy.
No.
Nah.
We're talking Bulls. My bad.
Yeah.
The college guy.
No, it was the guy after Tibbs.
Him.
The guy after Tibbs.
The guy after Tibbs.
Wasn't that Skiles was before Tibbs?
No.
Yeah, he was the college guy after Tibbs. He was
I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
I can't think of his name, but Tibbs was the last time we was relevant.
Yeah, Tibbs was the last time we was relevant. Anyway, he reminds me of that guy. That guy had no business being a fucking head coach. He just seemed like he was way over his head. Just like it looked like Matt Eberflus was way over his head.
But was it Fred Hoiberg?
No.
Hoiberg, yes. Hoiberg. No. Fred Hoiberg was after.
No, it wasn't. We're
going to have to look
before Billy Donovan, the head coach was God dog it.
Tim Floyd came after Phil Jackson.
Well, were we talking about after Thibs or before? Because there were more than one coach before those.
It was after. I'm talking about the coach before.
Okay.
I thought
Hoiberg was after Thibs. That's why
Garpax had Hoiberg.
Was it him? Boylan. There it is.
Oh, Jim Boylan. No, he only was here for a cup of coffee though.
Huh?
He was only here for a cup of coffee.
He was a puppet for ownership, so that's why he was here.
He was the type of coach that looked like he was way over his head. And that's how it seems like to me that Matt Eberflus was.
Good call. Boylan didn't.
Boylan wasn't ready. Now, he had been an assistant for a long time, but he wasn't ready. Jim Boylan wasn't ready. Thank you, David. I knew somebody in the chat would figure it out. He wasn't ready. That's how I think of the same thing about Matt Eberflus. Now, Eberflus wasn't ready. Now, they went out and got Billy Donovan, who I always thought was an overrated ass coach anyway. I mean, he's living off of the legend of those 2 Florida championships, just like Doc Rivers is living off the legend of that damn Celtics.
His system works in college. That's why.
Yeah, it does.
At least definitely back then it did.
Yeah. So, I mean, best of luck to the Bulls. I mean, this draft is actually pretty good. It's got some pretty good players. You got Ace Bailey. You got Dylan Harper. You got Cooper Flagg. You got a couple other guys out there. So,
I don't think they're going to be there, though.
Oh, hell nah. No. I mean, that might be your 1, 2, and 3 right there as far as the picks that go in the NBA draft. So, who knows? But,
I mean,
like I said.
But plus it's lottery based, too. So, if we,
I mean, if they want to rig it like they did for this guy right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fucking get mad, you know. I mean,
I don't know.
We had a 1.9% chance of getting the number one that year. Derrick Rose just so happens to enter into the NBA draft, and at a 1.9%, we got it.
Here's the question though, because we could be anywhere. Just call it 1 to 10, whatever. What do you look at the Bulls right now and say you need? We got size, we never use it. So the 7'2" kid that's killing the Duke right now, Mladic, or however you say his name, cool. You got Con Kneppel, the other kid from Duke that can shoot the lights out. I like Jeremiah Fears, right? Point guard out of Oklahoma. Fears is really, really good. But with the it's like, what do you get now? Because it's not like you don't need one of everything. The only thing I'd say you don't need is you don't need another Kobe White. You got one.
Or a small forward. We don't need another swing small forward.
No, I don't want no more undersized power forward. I don't want no more 6'7" power forwards. You don't get a power forward. You get
bigs
6'9" or better.
And the way Giddey's playing, you don't need a point guard.
Well, they might draft somebody that came off the bench that was a 6-man.
True. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So when it comes down to that pick, you're gonna have some people, and who knows? This regime, hell, they might trade it. They might trade the pick. Who knows?
I mean, you get best player available. I mean, whether it's
they tried that and they gave us Dalen Terry the year before that, man.
Oh, you're talking about Dancing Dalen Terry?
Dalen Terry's been better this year because he's playing, but
been better than what?
Better than, I mean, he's doing better.
He's better this year than he was last year. I will.
Yeah. And 1 is better than 0.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one more shot as opposed to 0 from last year. So
that don't move the needle. That was a waste of a pick. They need to go ahead and get them a name, because matter of fact, is this not the end of Vooch's contract this year? 2026 is his last one.
I thought they extended him a few years ago.
Yeah,
so like a 4-year
extension.
Give
him a few years.
I thought we still got it. Okay, years.
Because I was gonna say, if that's the case, shoot, don't give me the center.
Well, I mean, you should be trading Vooch this offseason. And I'm saying it now because I am a Vooch fan. That's not a knock on Vooch. That is a knock on this regime who doesn't know how to use Vooch. That's the big issue here. Like, I mean,
I wouldn't even say it's the regime. I think it's the damn coach that don't know how to use him.
I put the coach as part of the regime.
I mean, think about it. Even if you go to the Florida days, you had a Joakim Noah. You go to his OKC days, you're talking about a Kendrick Perkins, Steven Adams. He does not use athletic scoring centers. He doesn't. He just doesn't.
And he tries using Vooch like an athletic type center. Like, I mean,
I don't. Yeah. Next.
Well, we can talk a little baseball right now. The Sox are losing to the Twins 5-3 in the top of the 7th.
How'd their starting pitching start? Because, I mean, that starting pitching has been lights out so far this year.
Well, it ain't today, damn it. I don't know what the hell.
It's a 7th
day. Maybe it did. I don't know. I haven't really followed the game, so maybe they got all their runs on the bullpen. Maybe they got a few of it on the starting pitching. So we know that the Cubs started off 0-2. I don't know what exactly their record is right now. I'm pretty sure Crookie knows what their record is, since him being our residential Cub lover and Cub fan, so I guess he would know. But right now the Sox are 2-2. Starting pitching has started out excellent. Cubs are 3-4. Lovable losers.
Typical baseball right there. Average or shit. That's our sports teams.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really shit. Hell, I ain't think the Sox would win 2 damn games until probably fucking May. So anyway.
Was that the first time they won their opening day home game since what was it, like 2012 or something like that?
Yeah, well, it has been quite some time. Yeah.
Way to incite your fans. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, they got a bunch of nobody shit. I don't even know who they
are. I don't know.
They still got Luis Roberts. That's like really the only. And they still got
Benintendi. I know Benintendi.
Yeah. And then shit, I don't even know who the hell they pitchers are.
I think they had Sosa playing, didn't they? They still got Sosa.
I mean, they still got Sosa playing, but I mean, shit, Sosa's not Shit, I mean,
last year
he was a minor league.
dude.
Yeah, he was a big minor league type guy.
I got to get familiar with the squad, but right now, hell, I'm more familiar with these damn torpedo bats.
I heard about that.
I went and bought me some stock today. FOXF is your ticket symbol on Robinhood. Get you some stock. It was $22 today. It's about $24 now. They are one of the manufacturers of this torpedo bat, and they are about to mass produce them. Go ahead and get you some stock in that. You heard it here first.
I surely am. I might do that shit while we're on the podcast. Fuck it, why not?
I definitely went and got me some today.
Right.
Stay safe over there. Stay safe over there.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Anyway, we talked about the Cubs and the Sox. Good luck to them. I'll probably be checking out some Sox games this year. Why not? Shit. I mean, even though we know the team suck, it's always
$8.
Huh?
It only costs $8.
Yeah, but you know, it's always a good time to go to a good old-fashioned American baseball game. Have a couple dogs and some beers. I don't drink beer, but I'll probably have a couple hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? Give me a churro or something.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm going to get a churro. Shit.
Yeah, never seen that before.
I'm about to say, I don't even know what that's about, but okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Anyway, we can go ahead and let's flip over to some Bears talk. So we all know that the owners' meetings are going on right now. And as I stated previously, tell me what you guys think about what they've gone and changed so far, which I know for sure is the overtime rule.
Mm-hmm.
I think the overtime now is going to be 10 minutes, and both teams actually get the ball, no matter if the team that gets it first scores a touchdown on a drive. Both teams gets it. So tell me what you guys think about that new rule change.
I mean, I like it. It's fair. I liked it when they went only a touchdown scores because I felt like if you kick a field goal, the other team should get a chance. So I still do think the other team should get a chance. But I mean, if that's the case, just having 10 minutes, I mean, it might be tough if both teams score a touchdown. You might see more ties doing this. That's what I'm more afraid of. I don't want fucking ties. I never want. This ain't soccer shit. So if that's the case, I think you should get rid of the time limit as well. I mean, if that's my case, don't even have a time. Both teams get the ball. All right. If both teams score a touchdown, and then right after that, it is first point wins. That's my opinion on the matter. There's no point in having it.
I'm a little on the fence with both because my thing is this: if you get the ball, Frank, first.
Well, I like that point by Crook too. You might see that second team score a touchdown and then go for two for the win.
Well, then I was gonna say it might be in like a college base where now you're forced to go to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if you look at how the overtime has been set up, and I take it back because we all know this comes from the playoffs where Buffalo messed up, Patrick Mahomes came in, bam, good night. Josh Allen never saw the field. But at the same time, it's an element to football that I don't want them to take away. It shouldn't be like, oh, man, my defense sucked, but we gave up a play. Now we get a chance to go do it. No, do better. Do your job. So if they get the ball first and you hold them to a field goal, yeah, okay, cool. You get a chance to come back and play.
What up?
But I don't think it should be.
Grizz.
I don't think it should be. You know, you get a ball, you get a ball, you get a ball, you get a ball. You still take away the football element because now it's like, okay, I ain't worried about the defense messed up. I know I'm getting the ball back.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that.
And if you're a quarterback with a dominant offense, you're going to still feel comfortable regardless.
Not even that. See, I'm thinking of it in a more in the moment sense because now certain teams in overtime, a la Buffalo, a la Philly, they're going to push for that too, and you're going to lose anyway.
Not if they get rid of it. Not if they get rid of the tush push, though.
But you can't get rid of it because it's not illegal.
No, I mean, they're literally voting on to make that illegal.
And you know why they tabled it? Why they put it on the parking lot? It's because there's somebody tapping somebody on the shoulder like, you better not. And then there's somebody that's on high named Roger Goodell that's going to make the final decision. We have seen We have seen rules not pass, not have the necessary votes, but Roger Goodell come down on high and be like, you know what, I don't like it.
I honestly think it's the other way. I think they are going to ban the tush push. I don't agree with it. I think it is stupid, but I think they are going to ban it.
I'm not a fan of it, but tell me where it's illegal or it's hurting somebody.
It's not illegal. It's just they, for some odd reason, don't think it is fair. I don't know why. I can't give you a reason.
Hell, is Lamar Jackson taking off on the edge fair?
I mean, you have faster edge rushers. You just don't have those fat Keith Trailer. And
is Josh Allen being as big as your DN fair?
Yeah. If you're going to keep the tush push, then I'm drafting that big motherfucker out of Florida in like the 7th round. Who weighs
152. Like you're going to have to do something, right?
Whenever there's a 2-point conversion, I just want you sitting up there on those. That's all you got to do.
So David said, from 30 feet, you don't ban the 30-foot three.
Yeah, David said the tush push is gone. I don't know. I
didn't hear it was gone yet. I hear that the votes are pretty much leaning towards it to be gone, but I haven't heard it was gone yet.
Yeah. Well, tell me this. All right, so there's another thing that's on the table. They're saying that the owners are getting greedy. I don't really agree with this. I don't think that they should do this, but they are talking about trying to make it an 18-game schedule.
We talked about that
quick little jump back, though. I did just check. It was voted that the tush push has been banned. 16 plus teams have voted in favor to ban the tush push.
As of right now?
As of 11 hours ago. And
so I heard it was tabled.
On ESPN.
I heard it was tabled because they didn't want to.
That's what I thought I heard as well.
I mean, well, that's going
to they're banning it, mainly basing it off of medical experts think it is going to hurt too many people.
Name me one person that's gotten hurt except for Devontae Smith, who's a wide receiver on Philly.
Yeah. Maybe they just think there's more.
Because I don't want to hear nothing about Chris Jones. Chris Jones did a dummy. He turned his whole body sideways.
And
tried to do. He hurt himself.
They're not going to use that. They're just going to say, "Hey, he got hurt, and he's one of the NFL's big guys right now." So,
that's who they keep taking football away from football.
But after that, go back to what you were saying, Phil. Sorry, I just wanted to.
Yeah, so I know they were talking about having an 18-game schedule. I'm not down with 18 games. I think that's a lot of games to have for these football players, especially in a sport that's so demanding, a sport that is so physical and takes a toll on the body like it does. I don't think that they should do 18 games at all.
Are they getting rid of another preseason game again, or just adding another
game? They didn't say that, but I know the owners are down for it because it's about them putting money in their pockets. So we all know that money trumps a lot of things. So
let me ask you this, though. We've all been. Tell me the difference in the preseason game and the regular season game if all the prices are the same.
Fair point. Yeah.
You may have a couple more people.
No,
is that what this is really about? Because now you're preparing, to Fal's point, you're preparing your body for a whole nother week of preparation for a game that will actually count. That's one. Two, during that time, you limit the amount of preseason games that you should have to get your body ready for said season. To me, it's like you're cutting your nose to spite your face. So now we expect the guy to get ready in two preseason games, of which they're probably only going to play the first three plays or series. And then when you come out, now the first 2 weeks are clunkers because those are really your practice games. Like, I don't agree with it. I think the owners are greedy. I don't think these players get enough because with the violent collisions that happen, and I love football to death. I love the physicality. I want more. But go on and guarantee some more of these guys' contracts. Because now you're asking me to play a whole nother game, and that's not including playoffs, Fal. That's just another regular season game. Yeah. So now I can potentially play.
And you technically already added another playoff game with the wild card games and everything too.
Well, it's like, how much more blood do you want?
I don't know. Me personally, I thought 16 games a season was fine. I wasn't a fan of the 17. I'm damn sure not a fan of the 18. You know, these guys take a
Scrolls don't take my thunder, man. Scrolls do not take my thunder. I'm up next.
They sit up there, they take a fucking beating. And Now you're risking players, popular players, the chance of them getting hurt even more. Like, just imagine game 18 and somebody tears the ACL or blows an Achilles, Achilles.
No, do one better. Are they going to play? Because if games 17 and 18 are meaningless, what am I playing Patrick Mahomes for? What am I playing Lamar for? Unless they just want to get a record, but what am I playing them for?
You're still getting the people in the stands, which are going to give you the more money.
But now you're not putting the product on.
They don't care. It's about the fans. But the thing is this: the fans are not going to really come out to show if their favorite quarterback or somebody like that is hurt, unable to play because they got hurt in game number 18. Then, if you were a playoff team, there go your playoff chances. Lamar Jackson gets hurt or Josh Allen gets hurt. So quit. Everything is not always about the money. I get it. The NFL makes a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong with that. But quit sitting up there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Quit trying to add and trying to make the game better. The game is fine the way it is. You already damn near got this shit at flag football. You can't do this. You can't do that. And now you add an extra game with all this shit that you can't do. Might as well put flags out there now.
That's next. Shoot. And then they added.
I'm glad you said that, David. They need to start a new record book. Tired of them trying to say they breaking records. I mean, yeah, when you got an extra goddamn 2 games, 3 games? Because I think a lot of times, I think Eric Dickerson, that record was in, what was that, a 15-game season or something?
No, it was 16. But remember, some of the old records, it was like the Jim Brown records and all them was based on 14 games.
Yeah.
OJ and all that. But then to add the 16 games, and then it got a lot of the record book got condensed to that 16-game season, right? Because it was 12, 14, 16. But the 17 game was not only supposed to be revenue-based, it wasn't supposed to be about the stats. It was supposed to be about eliminating tiebreakers. So now all them teams that used to go 10 and 6, and then you got to do all this math and stuff. Now it's supposed to be the game. But now when you go back to say, well, now it's 18 games, you just created the problem all over again. Yeah. So it's like, what are you really doing with it? And then I look at something that I was listening to. I want to get Lorenzo Clemens, if you're still on, I want to get his take. What are we doing with the chain gang now? Because it's electronic now. They're going to be on there holding the chains in support role only. It is video monitored now for every first down. So you don't have to have the chain gang come out saying, oh, you're this short or the ref's spotting the ball wrong. It's going to automatically be spotted now. And I'm like, well, now we going back to the old baseball thing. Should a computer call balls and strikes?
All right. Go ahead, Frank.
Ding, ding.
All right. I agree with what you guys are saying 100% as far as this just being money to get more money revenue for these owners and everything like that. But adding one extra game, making it 18 games when you have people like my hockey guys who play 82 games, back-to-back games of beating the flying fuck out of people for 3 hours straight on a hockey rink, they don't bitch about playing more games. All right. So I'm not for that. I don't care. I would love to watch more football, but I do 100% agree with you guys as far as ownership just wanting the extra money. There's no question about that. But if there was one downfall when it came down to football, is literally just playing 17 games. I wish they did play more. I mean, when I was in college, I played 45 games in hockey back-to-back every single week. Sometimes 3 games back to weekend when things got canceled or set up. So I don't agree with players crying about having one extra game.
I do.
They're getting paid.
Because even though it is hockey, hockey is not as physical as football. It is not. They're not going as fast as the players in football.
Hockey players are going way faster than football players.
No, they're not.
Way faster than football.
On that ice, they're going faster.
On the ice, they may be going faster, but on the point of contact, that point of contact, first of all, they don't get touched as much as players in football.
I will agree with that. They don't. I will agree with that.
You can sit up there and skate around in hockey and not get touched for goddamn a few fucking minutes.
That is 1,000% not true. You have that puck, you're a dead man. That's
if you have the puck.
Yeah.
If you don't have the puck,
Agreed.
In football,
Well,
if you don't have
hit
the ball in
people
football,
hockey,
you're
unless
still
it's
getting
football, methods
touched.
blocking.
You're still sitting up there getting contact.
But my thing with football is if you and it's points on both sides. Hockey's faster because just a blade on ice, you just naturally gonna be
And a
faster.
smaller
faster,
surface.
yeah.
A
That I
smaller
agree
playing
with,
surface.
The collision is quicker.
Yes.
But if you on that offensive line,
The biggest
70 plays a game, you are in a car.
The biggest difference is the size differential of football players and hockey players. That is the biggest difference. When you have a football player who weighs 200 pounds getting hit by somebody who weighs 400 pounds, that's a huge difference when it comes down to that. When hockey players, you really only see a weight difference maybe of 180 to 250. So you don't see that often. But the speed of hockey, I am sorry, I have played both sports. Hockey is way faster than football.
Yeah, it's faster.
And hockey players have much thinner and
I give you that. I
equipment.
misspoke on that. It is faster. But like I said up there said, it's not as physical as football.
And I think the control is different because now, like you said, Frank, if you have the puck and I'm trying to dislodge you from puck and all that stuff, I get that. Football, back in the day when you had Ronnie Lott and the boys, that to me that's good because now at least in hockey, like I can kind of brace for it a little bit. But in the 80s, if I'm coming across the middle and I'm like this, I'm free game.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm going to be honest with you on that
one. You are, but not to the degree of it used to be. So I'm not saying it's not.
But what I'm sitting up there saying is this also, like you said, in hockey, most of the time, that's with the person that has the damn puck.
Yes. But
in football, it's the same with you ain't even got to have a motherfucker to get your ass rocked. Yeah, you ain't. That's why they're going to change so many damn rules to try to cut down on these goddamn collisions because of players constantly sitting up there getting hit. Like you think about it, a running back, right? Shit, if he's a real good running back, how many people is he getting hit by?
And I mean, the biggest difference is hockey players have a certain lineup out there for maybe 45 seconds to a minute, and then you go take a break on a bench, as opposed to football players who are out there pretty much for an entire drive. So that's a huge differential as well. You're getting hit more constant.
Yeah, the number of hits is higher, I would say.
Yes, it is. The number of hits is higher. But the physicality of hits, I have been a running back. I have been a receiver. The hits that I receive in hockey are way more violent than any hits I've ever received in football, ever. And to answer the question, like
how many times are you taking that hit? You're not taking it often. You're not.
I mean, in what are you talking? In hockey?
Yes, in hockey.
I probably gotten hit at least 40 times a game. NHL might be a little bit different now because
I'm not talking about, naturally in hockey, if you got the puck, you know what I'm saying, you going up in there and you like this and all that type of shit. Yeah, I get that. That shit, that's like rubbing fucking shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they don't rub shoulders. They go
when I sit up there, when I'm talking about when you got running backs that's going through the hole, getting their ass popped. Now I'm talking about carrying the ball 25 fucking times. Well, hell, it may just be that one person that popped. That ain't including the other damn hits that you bouncing off of and shit. They're taking more hits in the NFL.
Yeah, and I will agree. They are taking
one
more
hockey
hits.
hit may be a lot harder. But like I said, you're not taking that hit on.
You're getting more hits because there's more obviously players on the field and everything as well. Like you get hit by a lot more different directions. But the biggest question here, and I know you said it, like bracing for a hockey hit, you have a millisecond or whatever the fuck that's called. You have no time to brace for a hockey hit. Numerous times you will get the wind knocked out of you because that ice surface is so small and hockey players are so fast. The moment you touch that puck, that guy is right in your face hitting you. Right in your face hitting you at full speed. They never slow down. NHL, I mean, I'm going to agree with you on that one because they're trying to take the violence out, and hockey players are so much more skilled and faster now in the NHL. It is harder to hit them nearly as hard. But to sit there and say, like, hockey hits, like, they are violent as all hell.
Oh, no.
And it's the same with football as far as the hockey players, they notice the spots on your body that are not covered, and they will hit you there. I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten cross checks in the ribs right when there is no hockey padding or anything like that. They will punch you in the face while you're on the ground. That's how I got my teeth knocked out. Like I got into the boards, and I just got elbowed straight up into the jaw, gashed out my entire lip. Like, it is violent as a motherfucker. But I will agree with you, football gets more hits because, you know, they're out there for longer stretches of the time. There's no question about that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, nobody's sitting up there saying, like, hockey is like tag or something, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you this.
It is a violent.
Both of them more physical than basketball. They soft as puppy shit right now, and that's another story. With all that weak pushing and shoving that Detroit just did.
But yeah, too, we can't mention.
But just to recap it, though, I'm not down for 18-game season. I mean, I think that's too much toll on the body. I get it. Us fans, we want to see more football. But the thing is this: how much good football are we going to see? Because as someone stated before, you know, now you're going to take away a preseason game. You know, so
I don't want them taking. I want players playing more in preseason.
I want players playing more too, but I also want them to, you know what I'm saying, slowly build up to that. I don't want it where it's like, okay, we play 2 damn preseason games.
But that was my point.
Season. We really don't see good football until fucking game 5 and shit.
That's what I'm saying. And that's my point, because the CBA is not going to say, hey, we're going to play 18 games and keep 3 preseason games. They're not going to do that. They're going to eliminate one of the games like they did with the first time that we went through this. But again, preseason, we all played ball. Coming up, preseason was basically like, man, you got to hit the ground running, because come week 1, week 2, we full tilt.
Man, 100%.
Now your practices ain't nothing. No more 2-a-days. You can't even hit in practice no more. So your first physical contact might be your preseason game. And now
I would rather them add another preseason game and force players to play more in the preseason than add another regular season game. Because I'm tired, and it might just be me as a Bear fan saying this, I'm tired of my team looking like shit on fucking week 1, saying that they didn't get enough reps in preseason.
Yeah, and then I'm tired of all the soft tissue injuries because we're not getting hit.
Yeah. A lot of that comes from not doing anything in the preseason. I mean, doing anything during camp. You know, you got to limit the amount of padded practices that you got, and when you can start hitting and all this.
Make this make logical sense, because when you're looking at it, when you're the man making the decisions, and you have a certain number of zeros behind a number, you don't care about what that person's going through. But me as the player, it's like, man, can I build up some immunity to these hits for a little bit? Can I actually get out there before my first week, before I'm actually getting my nose bloody? That matters to a bunch of players. Football people will tell you today, whether you talk to past or present, they would rather hit now in practice than that game being the first time they getting touched. That's it. And that is a fatal flaw, because now some little egghead came up and said, oh, we can't do this no more. We can't do that no more. Injuries this, injuries that. But then every time you look up, it seems like somebody hurt that ain't getting touched.
You know what I say we do? Let's answer some of these questions in the chat. We got a good one from Illinois Jones. He says, can we all agree that Poles fucked up last season, passing on Fashanu and taking Rome at 9 and taking Amagaji in the 3rd over another wide receiver? Do I think that he fucked up? No.
Yeah, I can't say that.
I mean, I'll put it to you like this. If he had fucked up.
Where did Fashanu go again?
He went to the Jets. Yeah. Okay. If you grab Fashanu, what position? What Fashanu's playing? He's playing tackle or something, I think, right now.
He's your left tackle. He would be he's your left tackle. He'd be replacing Braxton.
Yeah. Right now, you wouldn't have a wide receiver number 2, actually.
You would only have a 1 right now.
And then this particular draft is weak as hell when it comes down to wide receivers. It's not a good draft for wide receivers. You would have been sitting up there trying to get you another wide receiver. I know everybody talk about the Darnell Wright and the Jalen Carter. So, okay, if he would have picked Jalen Carter with no type of structure, you see how the locker room was, last year. Then you got him in there with that. And then your line would really been fucked in, because now instead of trying to find 3 and 4 of the line, now you're trying to find a whole goddamn line now, because you can sit up there. You don't have Darnell Wright. You don't have a left guard. You don't have a right guard. You don't have a fucking center.
I'm gonna agree with him.
It's fair.
And here's why.
If you want to, go ahead.
The reason why I say that is because yes, Rome may have been a pretty package, this, that, and the third. But if you get Fashanu, you already had DJ Moore, you had already picked up Keenan Allen, and then we have a 6'6", 6'7" kid that for some reason, whenever he gets on the field, he produces. But then the next thing you know, he ain't playing. Maybe he would have got more shine.
Well, I mean, one reason why he wasn't playing was he was hurt. I mean, I can't.
No, I'm saying earlier in the year he wasn't hurt, so we don't know.
No, he got hurt.
He got hurt in the preseason, right? Okay, that's what it was, right?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Still, I would have still, to Illinois' point, I personally, because remember, I wanted Joe Alt, right? So I was with them on the lineman. I was never. First of all, Rome dropped two touchdowns in the national championship game, cost me a couple dollars, so the hell with him anyway. But I would have secured that line for Caleb first before trying to get him a shiny new toy. It's like shiny new toy don't mean nothing if you ain't got no insurance on it. You can't drive it.
Agreed.
So
yeah, but I mean, like I said up there and said, even if you got you mean to tell me the way this line was and the way this line was banged up, you think if Fashanu would have really helped?
I mean, he would have helped. I'm not going to.
He would have helped.
I'm talking about like what he would have helped, but it would have made a difference.
For me, so in my mind, yes, because now
still had nobody in the middle.
You still had nobody in the middle, but
nobody.
It really would. It would have looked a lot better this year.
That's what I'm saying. You would have looked better this year.
You would have looked a lot better.
And you still would have had to get the Toonies and the Dolmans.
I don't think that would have changed you getting a win. I don't think a Fashanu would have gave you one win.
But I mean, this is the thing, and when it comes down to like where I'm going to go with this too,
he might have. I
don't think so,
because there were a couple of games where Braxton Jones whiffed, and on fourth down, Caleb had to bite it.
There were a lot of games where Braxton Jones whiffed.
I'm just talking about strictly on fourth down.
But this is my thing. Who says that Fashanu would have came in events? He probably would have started because the line was so beat up. He would have got him. I don't think he would have came out the bat just started. No, I think.
No, Scrolls. I disagree. I don't think he would have looked bad against Tevin. I think a lot of times Tevin was trying to help Braxton Jones.
Yeah, I would think that would be the opposite. Yeah. Actually, he would look a lot better having a very good veteran type guy with Tevin next to him. Like that would have made his coming out that he would have looked better a lot quicker, and he would have gained a lot more confidence in the way he was playing. Yeah. Because we put Tevin over on Braxton's side to help Braxton,
right?
Like, and we didn't want that. We wanted him to stay over on Darnell.
And Bill Murray got hurt. That didn't help us.
Yes. But like in my take on it, a lot of people are saying like, I mean, Rome was a number 3 receiver for us last year and a quarterback who didn't have time to throw the football. Like Rome's now a number 2 with a coach who is a very strong offensive-minded coach. I mean, I'm thinking Rome's going to have a monster year this year, in my opinion. That's a guy I might wind up drafting in my fantasy team 6th, 7th round or something like that.
Make sure I play you first.
Hey, I won last year. I'm both.
Hey, I won mine too.
I'm still waiting for my belt too, Commish. Just a heads up on that.
But still haven't received it. I don't know, and I'm not saying the kid is bad. I think the kid could possibly be, that next Bears receiver, in the likes of a Curtis Conway, Marcus Robinson, what have you, Brandon Marshall, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he can't be that. I do one thing personal, and this goes out to everybody in the chat that kind of like wanted to pass on him. I mean, the kid didn't play poorly for a rookie. He only had 3 touchdowns. We know, he's had a little bit, couple drops here and there. All of them was not his fault. Some of them was Caleb's, but I don't know if this is the year that you put all your eggs in the Rome Odunze basket, because I would think that with Ben Johnson taking over, you'd have not only more balance, but you'd put more emphasis in the run game and your tight end play. I wouldn't put all that pressure. You see what I'm saying? When you have Rome, Keenan, and DJ, now they can't key in. Now that you got Rome and DJ, it's going to be like, well, somebody else got to beat us now. Defenses evolve too. But that's why I think this running game is going to be more important, and this tight end is going to be more important.
I'm not questioning that. Like, right. Running game is going to be the most important. No question.
And then also, like we said up this said, the jury's still out on Karan Amagaji. I strongly dislike when people try to make this guy out to be like he's this this bust or something when we ain't even see this dude play 3 games yet. He was put in a fucked up situation. And we expected him to and he was put in a fucked up situation and expecting him to come out and show great skills with no preseason, no offseason, no camp,
nothing.
Barely fucking practice, you know what I'm saying? And people like, oh man, they got 3 days before the guys in the 3rd round. Like, why did they do that? I hear so many people sitting up there saying that because he was a guy that was projected, if he didn't get hurt that year, to be a late 1st to early 2nd round pick. Why not?
I can answer that, and I think you would agree.
I'm gonna agree with you, JB.
We have fear. We have a deep-rooted fear of drafting players that are already hurt. That's the only reason, because for every time you look at
we have way too many
Kevin White, a Chris Williams, a Gabe Karimi, a Mark, we
basing on potential,
but always drafting somebody that's hurt. So for us to go ahead and draft yet another person that's hurt, it's like come on.
That's where I'm going. You base off potential on Braxton Jones in the 5th round. I'm fine with that, but I don't know.
I'll put it to you like this: you want to talk?
This guy can
fear?
Still be a great left tackle.
You guys want to talk about fear, huh? That's what y'all want to talk about. Y'all really want to talk about fear? Let's talk about.
Fear. What else is it?
Hold on. Let's talk about fear drafting fucking quarterbacks at all. Should we go by the number of fucking quarterbacks that we've gone and drafted in our history?
Are we not scared every time they draft?
How they've not turned out to be shit?
Are we not feared?
But are we only talking about quarterbacks that the Bears have drafted?
Yeah, that's where he's going with this. Yes.
If we're going by fear, then shit, we can go by and talk about all these damn quarterbacks that we're going to draft.
I'm not denying
drafting a quarterback. Let's just try to sit up there and grab one in free agency, because obviously
I'm feared of that too. We did that, Jay Cutler.
Huh? We did that with Jay Cutler. Speaks to our lack of scouting department, because our scouting department sucks.
I'm at that point where
it doesn't matter if it's a lack of fucking scouting department or not. It still should be
cursed.
Fear.
We're just straight up
because it hasn't worked out.
Like
you're asking some years.
I agree with you, because
I agree with you.
You know what? Like I told you, I was scared for Mitch Trubisky. I was scared for Caleb Williams. I was scared for Justin Fields.
Yeah, so was Trent Dilfer, motherfucker.
Yeah, good point. Like this is my point.
I said I was going.
You're asking if I'm feared if we draft a quarterback. Yes, I'm feared every time I'm feared when we draft.
But we still do it, don't?
I'm feared every time we draft a quarterback, because I'm feared we just found another fucking bust.
Yeah, we still do.
Because that's the Bears.
I'm kind of scared anytime we draft, period. But maybe that's just me.
In the 1st round, you are correct. I am always feared whenever we draft in the 1st round.
Hey, I'm still shook for the Shane McClellan fiasco, if you all remember that, out of Boise State. I'm still shook. Like we spoke, and great job at the Stanley, by the way. We'll get to that. I'm still shook because I was on record saying I wanted Sean Merriman. I didn't want Cedric Benson, rest his soul, because hell, Urlacher, Briggs, and Merriman, man, that sounded like something like heaven to me.
Amen.
But I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna address some more Illinois. Like I said, yes, I still do feel that way, Illinois, but I will say this: the talent.
Ask Atlanta about that one.
The talent that Caleb possesses versus the production of what the other receiver did with Kyler Murray, they're not on the same playing field, because one quarterback as a rookie is 10 times the passer that the other guy is.
Wait.
I don't care what Kyler Murray
did. We had a comment in there that was talking about he had like only Marvin Harrison Jr. only had 150 more yards or something like that as
but as a number one.
Yeah, and you're not wrong on that one. I mean, he's talking about comparing that to Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
And
I
understand
what I'm saying is
Arizona's a shit show. That's their biggest issue.
They're 2 totally different scenarios, because as you see, Caleb gonna get you. He gonna at least try to throw you the ball. He gonna get you the ball. Some days Kyler be like, "Yeah, nah, man, I'm gonna run this jump," and that's it.
Okay.
He said, "I ain't throwing no picks today."
Well, here at the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast, shit, we ain't paying no more bills because shit ain't no bills to fucking pay. So
we don't have a bill to pay?
Nah, cause we ain't fucking with none of them no more. So
I thought we still were with one. That one.
This one for sure.
I heard we ain't fucking with them either.
I didn't hear that one.
Hey, it is what it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. Last week we had an opportunity to go down there to the Stadies. We invited everyone to come down to the Stadies, 1736 South Michigan. The Stadies is a new sports bar restaurant owned by Israel Idonije, former Chicago Bear. We had a blast. Izzy came on to the show, gave us a lot of great insight about how things are in the locker room as far as his journey to the NFL and everything. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you guys a slideshow of that event last Tuesday at the Stately.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Howdy, hey, baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, a sweet home, Chicago. Well, what I want us to 6 and 2 is 8. Come on, baby, don't you make me late. Hey, baby, don't you wanna go?
All right. Shout out to everybody that came to the Stanley to support. That was a hell of an event. Can't wait to go back. Man.
Yeah, that was a great time at the Stadies. I really enjoyed myself there at the Stadies. The food was good. The crowd there was nice. Izzy is A-class, man. I have nothing negative to say about Izzy. Straight up good dude. Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, Crooked actually has an interview that we did with Izzy, asking him if he likes the moves or what he thinks of and what he thinks of them. So I think if Crooked can, you can go ahead and play that clip right now, Crook.
Hey,
moves, what do you think? Yeah, I mean, I going into this offseason, I thought the offensive line needed to be a focus area. I think, we have a really talented quarterback in Caleb, rough first season for him. I think he was sacked 68 times or something like that, 70 times. Yeah, a lot of times his body was getting thrown on the floor, right? So to develop a franchise quarterback in this league that's so offensively focused, you got to be able to protect the quarterback. Right. We did a poor job of that last year, and we were kind of we weren't violent enough on that front offensively. You need violence in this league, especially with your hogs up front. I think getting, Tooney, Jackson, Dolman at center. I think we have some veteran guys that know how to play tough, who have some championship experience, who will be able to show these guys what being a pro, what it looks like, how to get it right, and then you get, Grady Jarrett, and some talented guys on the DN position. I mean, it looks good. Now I always say, despite all the moves you make in the offseason, it comes down to training camp, how you sharpen the weapon, how you get ready, how the chemistry is built. You can have great talent, but if the chemistry doesn't come together and if the guys don't trust each other, if they don't execute Sunday in, Sunday out, all of that talent is wasted. So it's going to come down, and that really comes down to coaching, right? So when you look at what Johnson's, the tenure he's come from, the success he's had, I'm hoping he's able to analyze the talent he has and put those guys in the right position to win, right? And it starts now.
There was Izzy giving us his thoughts about the Chicago Bears. And Man, he had some great insight, man. He gave us some good stories about what was happening on in the locker room. I see we got our local
they got
Packer fan
going
in
at
here.
it in the Hey, Brian, you want to jump on real quick?
Brian, you are more than welcome to jump on and plead your case on this one because, in my opinion, you guys are going south within these next few years because you're paying $50 million a year to a top 15 quarterback who throws turnovers all the time.
My man TTNL Runaway come on too. He said, Brian, go marry your cousins. Oh, Lord.
It sounds a nice little Green Bay theme right there.
Hey,
Yeah.
I love this guy. Like, hey, come on. We'll send you a link. Got a couple more minutes. Oh, not a couple more, segments of the show left.
Yeah.
I love it because you know what? If I'm not mistaken, right? Packers got some stuff they need to sort out too. It ain't just the Bears.
You need to sort out.
Y'all wasn't that terrible now.
I ran out of mats. So I just want to give a shout out to Brian. He's a buddy of mine, that I've met over here in Arizona and stuff like that. So we like to go back at it, back and forth here, being a Packers fan. He is. And
he can come on if he wants.
Yeah, tell him to come on. It's all love. Look, if we can deal with Cheesehead Mel, we can deal with Brian. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, he's watching. He knows the invitation's out there. So
we don't mind having rival NFC North people come on and plead their case because, in my opinion, Packers weren't even a 500 team next year if it wasn't for that running back that they signed this offseason.
Actually, the Packers was this close, a tip ball from going on 6 in the division.
Yep.
It's true.
That fucking close. But it makes sense why he needs to explain why the hell he don't like the Blues Brothers still. That's the part that really
it's because Wisconsin doesn't have a song.
There, so.
Oh my God!
Hey, the
Scrolls. Hey, the Scrolls. Are y'all reading this? Hey, the
Scrolls. We do need a 3 technique if you want to come on, Brian. We can definitely use a 3 technique.
Hey.
Well, Brian, like I said, you got my number. So if you ever want to come
Aaron Rodgers owns
tell these guys to their face how much the Bears.
Now, hold on, Brian. Yes, within the last couple seasons, it's been more than lopsided.
I mean, it's been more than the last couple seasons.
But no, that's not true. Because if you go back, if I'm not mistaken, Jay Cutler was holding his own against the Packers quite a bit.
He was still under 500.
I said holding his own. I ain't saying he was killing them.
But you're not wrong.
So don't act like you all didn't have back-to-back generational quarterbacks and we had 80 bums. Like
36 years of 2 of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, and you won twice.
Yeah, like let's not play like
You've never really had a good quarterback. So
what's this thing with Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers and Rex Grossman have the same amount of
NFC or the NFC division championships. Yes,
championships and
they're not division, just NFC championships. They've been to the
Aaron actually won a Super Bowl.
Yes, but I mean we're saying the NFC championship.
So did Brett. Now that's who I can't stand.
I can't stand.
But anyways. Enough about talking about team waste management. So,
yes, they did, Illinois Jones. A lot of people don't know that Papa Bear gave that loan.
Yeah,
that is true.
He gave that loan back. What was that back in the 50s?
Well, doesn't that mean we own you guys technically? Because
it does. Literally own you guys.
I don't know if he paid back. I don't know if he literally gave that bread back.
I doubt it.
It was probably like $25 because that's all the Packers are still worth.
And all the free cheese you can have when you come.
Cheese and wine.
I mean, you eat a lot of cheese, you end up with
3
shit.
techniques.
I mean,
looking like 3 techniques.
Yeah. But anyway, so fellas, we know that the NFL draft is coming up. What's that? April
24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah. So
for me to fear again.
Oh my God, I'm losing my baby over here, man. Jesus.
Oh
Christ.
Lord.
Man, not Ricky. Anyway, wife over there giving them a bad. So we know the draft is coming up. There's been a lot of rumors going on, like people sitting up here saying, "Oh yeah, because he said this, the Bears are drafting this guy." I mean, I know Frank. I know one of the guys that you want the Bears to draft. They're definitely talking about. Rumors are that your boy Will Campbell will be the Bears draft, and then we also heard of Ashton Jeanty. being a guy that the Bears will possibly.
When it gets this close, though, they always put out multiple different names to throw everybody the fuck off, and it seems like it always comes back to the same guy that we originally would have thought.
So, has your opinion changed, Frank, as far as who it is that you still want the Bears to draft? Is it still Will Campbell?
I would still love Will Campbell, yes. And I know you're going to come down on me with this, but good old Israel Idonije made a very, very good point. Listening to his, I wish we had that on tape. I should have damn it. I should have went back and did that one. But he did say, I mean, he does have great footwork. He does have all that. But when it comes down to it, when they see you with short arms, they attack your short arms. But when you are very good with technique and everything like that, you could help avoid those type things. It's just something that he's going to have to learn, and he's going to have to learn quick. Would I still love Will Campbell? Yes, that's not going to change no matter what. But it's interesting to see what they're going to do, because the more and more things that I'm reading, and I know you guys are absolutely going to say, Frank, seriously? That tight end – fuck.
You talking tight end?
Yes, because I'm a Cole Kmet fan. I love Cole Kmet. And I still think you could run a very good 2 tight end type set, especially since we do really feel we only have 2 receivers. But if they trade back, get more picks, and still have the ability to get him at 14 or 15, I'm not saying no to that. Because the more and more I watch tape on this guy, the more and more he looks exactly like Laporta. I'm not cheating on Cole. Don't give me that shit, because I still love gay. I love how Kamish is the one who posts that, and then he puts up the video. That was cute. But I'm at the point where I don't know. I still think I want the best available tackle, and
Brian.
Available pass.
All right, Brian. Hey, love.
You have a good night,
Brian.
Brian.
See you soon.
We're not kidding, Brian. We'd love to have you on, man. Would love to have you on after we beat your guys' asses the end of the season. That would have been nice too. But when it comes down to the draft, it's you said earlier, file fear. I'm feared to death on who we're gonna fucking draft because we suck at drafting in the first round.
I mean,
I'm still a trenches guy though. Get me a trench.
Well, you know something. Warren is not bad. Tell you the truth, I'll tell you another tight end that they don't talk about, which is Colston Loveland.
From Michigan.
And to me, he's a better receiving tight end than Tyler is. He's faster, probably just as tall, more elusive. The thing about Colston Loveland, and the reason why he was actually projected to be the first tight end before college football season kicked off, to be the first tight end drafted in the NFL draft. But the only thing was that Colston Loveland got hurt, so he didn't really get a chance to really climb up there, and Tyler Warren really had a very good year. So
yeah, Warren had a good season.
Is another one that you can possibly get. He actually reminds me more of a Sam Laporta than Tyler does, and that's because he's actually a little bit smaller, better wide receiver, and more elusive, like Sam Laporta is, opposed to Tyler. Tyler just looks like he's just a big ass tank out there. I mean, you talking about 6'6", 263, something like that.
One too, though. Like, yeah. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, but Tyler Warren got a little wiggle to him now too. Now,
yes,
Tyler,
he has not.
I'm not.
He's not like Big Stiffy.
He's not.
He ain't no Big Stiffy.
Nah, he ain't no Big Stiffy, but he also ain't no Colston Loveland either. Colston Loveland got that. You know what I'm saying? That little juke in him than Tyler.
Warren remind me of George Kittle. No, not to y'all.
I can see a Kittle.
I see a little Kittle. He's not as elusive as Kittle.
Not as good as a blocker as a Kittle, though. Kittle is a very good blocker, too, though. But on the offensive side of things, I do see a good
one. But I do see what you're talking about as far as Will Campbell. Like I said, any guy that the Bears pick, I'm going to be rooting for, even if it's Will Campbell, even though I don't want him. And the only reason why I don't want him is because I'm just nervous that if things don't work out
T-Rex
at that left tackle position, they're going to move in a guard, and then you're going to spend the top 10 pick on the damn guard. that isn't Quentin Nelson.
I still think if Genty is there at 10, they're taking Genty. I still think that is going to happen. But from what I'm hearing, Vegas might be taking him now. I still think they're taking Genty. All
right, what about you?
I just heard something else. So me, I'm gonna rock the boat, and probably nobody in the YouTube, nobody in the chat, probably nobody's gonna agree with me.
Al Bundy.
The Bears scare me because, okay, yeah, Will Campbell, cool. But then you just wasted a pick on Amagaji. Same thing with Banks. Like, I don't really want Genty at 10, but in my world, and this is just me, I know y'all can disagree. In my world, I would love the Bears to do something that they've never, ever done before. Trade up and go get the best player in the draft. Go get Travis Hunter. Let him be your slot receiver. Let him play that nickel back because you're moving Kyler to start at the 2. You're moving Kyler to start at the 2 with Jalen Johnson. Travis Hunter can now be your nickel and your slot. That's what I personally would want. I know it's not going to happen because now you didn't just win and spend all this money on the line. And my thing is this. I also like Will Campbell. I do. Better than Kelvin Banks. I do. But I just feel that if you draft one of them, you just wasted the whole Kyron Amagaji experiment. You just totally wasted it.
Not wrong.
And nobody's going to give you a bucket of warm piss for Braxton Jones. So that was another wasted experiment. But with Travis Hunter, and they talking about having Dion on the field, that he's like that, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would at least call and be like, hey.
I like what you're thinking on that because I do think they are going to try Kyler out at corner and to be your starting corner over Stephenson or however you pronounce his name.
Stevenson. Tyreek Stevenson. But Kyler played. He was a number 1 lockdown corner
in the country. Yeah, he was in the country.
He was not a nickelback.
No, he was not. And he is a great nickelback too, but it doesn't I still think he's going to go to the outside where he should be because that is the more dominant position. And if you do bring in Hunter, I mean, nickel isn't out there the entire time. So I mean, that's a good point. So I like where you're going with that. But the only person I'm trading up for if he is there at say like 5 is Carter, in my opinion. I know Carter's not going to be. Yeah, if for some odd, stupid freaking reason that we have what's the guy from Draft Day, Bo
Deo, but that's the thing.
No, from Draft Day, the movie Draft Day.
Oh, the movie? No. I wasn't talking about that.
Bo Callahan. If somebody gets stupid and does like the Bo Callahan thing where it throws everybody off, and then some odd reason Carter slips to 5, I am trading up for Carter,
But see, now, again, although how do you turn away an Abdul Carter? But you just created another problem because you just gave Dale $16 million.
I mean, if I have 3 pass rushers, especially on 4th down, I'm not going to care about that.
You have more than that now because remember, now you got Grady Jarrett. You still have Javon Dexter. You still have Zach Pickens. You still have Austin Booker. You still don't know what you're doing with Dominic Robinson. So now your NASCAR package just became –
Well, the thing about Dale.
That was like planned. Look at that. Perfect timing.
Right.
Illinois, I don't think you need Mason Graham if you got all these other topics.
Well, you still do need a DT. And the thing about
how you got 4.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because the thing is this. You still
I want a big boy.
Billings is coming off of an injury. He's
32 years old too, Billings, isn't he? 32 years old.
He's 30 something. I don't know if he's 30 or 32. I don't know exactly. Don't give me the line. Then you still got Grady Jarrett. That's on the downside. Okay. You still got Dexter, which is still got something to prove. Zach Pickens, we don't really know what the hell we're gonna get out of him.
Hasn't done shit.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you're still gonna need a young DT in there because he can learn from the Billings. He can learn from the Grady Jarrett. You know, so you can have him for another 4 years because let's just say, for instance, and then let's be honest, Billings is coming off from an injury. God knows if he's going to get hurt again. Grady Jarrett, he's been hurt the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to just sit up there and rely your DTs on Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens again? Nah, you pick up a DT. You pick up a guy that could be a future nose tackle or a future 3 technique, or maybe he can play both. Like I said up there, say, you know how I'm fascinated with Kenneth Grant, you know what I'm saying, from Michigan. I wouldn't mind having him.
Oh, I forgot about Hardy too, because Hardy plays both sides.
Yeah. But the thing is, I like what you're saying with Travis Hunter. I just don't know if that shit's gonna work in the NFL, man.
It'll be a big question.
I don't know. The 2 times we've seen it in the NFL, it worked, and that's Deion and Charles Woodson. So the 2 times we've seen it, but the thing was with this,
those 2 are freaks of nature, though.
Just the sample. Look, just the sample.
Yeah, but those 2 are
play offense in the NFL.
We just don't know if he's a.
No, I'm saying Charles Woodson did it in college. He
did it in college, yeah. But Charles Woodson was undeniably the best damn DB in college football.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter's not the best DB in this draft.
Yeah, I'm not giving him the best DB in this draft.
No, that's Will Johnson.
Okay, he's 2.
Huh? I mean, yeah, he's 2, yeah. But the only thing is that it's like I'm sort of scared with that Travis Hunter thing because, yeah, he plays offense and he plays defense, but
football is way more violent than baseball to have another Otani.
And then you're talking about playing in the NFL and think he's going to be doing that on both. Now, I understand he may sit up there and get some reps on the offense. You know,
that's why I said you put him in nickel. You don't start him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's slot too. I mean,
he will be your slot receiver more than he will be your nickel defender.
I like where you're going. I just don't know about moving up the game.
No, but it's not.
If he was some reason slipping to 10 for us or something like that, I would probably.
It's only because I don't want them to mess it up, and I can see the Bears. Like if Ashton Genty goes to the Raiders, like it's supposedly rumored, I can see the Bears taking Michael Williams, and I don't want that.
Oh well, God no, I don't want a guy that I think is another fucking Leonard Floyd. I'm sorry.
He's from Georgia. They play the same. I know. I said another Leonard Floyd. I don't want that. Like I don't want that, but that's what I can see the Bears doing because now when you talk about picking best available at that point, and the guys on your board are gone.
I just want a best available trenched player. That's what I want in 10. Best available trenches player.
I mean, you got people that's talking about the guy from Marshall. I told you I like the DN from Boston College, Donovan.
He a project though. To me, he a project because like the Bears DN's got to be able to play now. They got to be able to
play now.
I think he can play now. I don't think he will get better at.
Why can't he play now?
He will get better at certain things, but I mean, he is ready to start right.
And that's what I'm saying, Frank. Like Mason Graham, as presently constructed, I can see him ready to play now alongside of Grady Jarrett. Like, let's get it, bang. I don't see.
So who you taking out? You taking out Javon Dexter? Or you taking out Billings?
I think you have to take out. Well, first of all, I think you have to take out Dexter because now Dexter gives you that versatility when you bring in that NASCAR look, right? But straight up 4-3 defense, Grady Jarrett and Mason Graham. You don't think that's a problem?
I think that I don't know because
I think Jarrett and
I have to wait to see Mason Graham in the NFL before I go.
I'm saying basically because Mason Graham is not a person that's going to get you a bunch of sacks. He's going to disrupt everything so that everybody else can get sacked.
I mean,
like what Carter is
doing. And I do get that, but the only thing is like I said, even with a Mason Graham, when you have so much depth right there, as far as with a guy like in Javon Dexter, we got to remember Javon Dexter had 5 sacks last year.
Early in the season, though, he tailed off like bad dope.
Once Billings went down, he was
but the thing was this. You want to know why he tailed off like bad dope? All his guys next to him was fucking hurt.
Yeah.
But even Sweat, and that's what I'm saying. Like with how the Bear, if I'm not mistaken, if Dennis Allen is gonna run that Cam Hayward type defense, it literally blow up the middle, get the edges, attack through the middle linebacker. That changes what the Bears' philosophy coming out of the Eberflus era is because they were in nickel more times. So that means there's 2 positions of need, which is why they got Grady Jarrett, number 1. You have to stop the run and blow that middle up, 1. 2, You have to have free-flowing tackling linebackers. We are a linebacker short right now. We are.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
we got no good linebackers either.
That's why I can see them trying to draft Michael Williams, and I don't want him.
Nah, I don't think that they will go that route. I don't think that they would go that route and draft him.
Do you make Hardy? Do you make Hardy the will linebacker?
I probably would, yeah. That'd probably be my number one choice if you're not drafting. But
because you have to address it at some point.
I mean, it depends on who you're getting at 10. I mean, you could probably draft probably a day one starter in the third round.
But I'm fine with that. But right now, I'm saying when you look at immediate holes for the Bears, you think tackle, right? You think somebody on the defensive line. You can't say edge anymore because you just got Dale. You just got all these other players.
But you still got to say edge because for the simple fact you may have Dale, you may have Swift, but who you really got after them?
Well, that's why I said you got Booker.
Yeah,
you got Hardy.
Hopefully,
I mean, Hardy.
Booker's coming off of an off season where
Booker's a guy that you sit up there said that was a project, so you hoping to hear it turn out. But I mean, hell, even if you got 3 edge, you still need one. Still need
absolutely,
another.
you need more.
Still need another.
Well, that's why I said with the way that if Dennis Allen is playing like that Cam Hayward look, where you got the one big and then the speed guys, Javon Dexter can be that tackle/edge rusher because you're putting 5 across now. When you're bringing in that NASCAR package, you're going after the quarterback third down. You're just hitting the gas. The problem is first, second down when you have a weak linebacker on the field. Now, where are you being exploited at? You don't get any pressure, of which I feel Grady Jarrett and Billingsley will be the starters. I do feel they'll be the starters. But now with Sweat and Dale on the side, now that's a pretty formidable line on paper. On paper, that's a pretty formidable line. It's just a matter of who's gonna get due. Because Jack Sanborn, the tackling machine, is gone. He's gone.
Yeah. Like, and I mean, here, Illinois Jones makes another good point. I mean, we do need another safety as well.
But you can get that in the back rounds.
Yes, you can. But I mean, when it comes down to that, when it comes down to safety, though, I think I'm going to see – you might see Stevenson play safety. He played safety in college too. If he loses out that cornerback role, which I think he should, to Kyler Gordon.
But what's the guy you like, Terrell Smith? But Terrell Smith got to be in the mix.
Yes, I mean to battle it out for
because he played, in my opinion, Terrell Smith played pretty well, better than Tyreek Steven down the stretch.
I agree.
I'm saying this. He don't deserve to be on the field.
I'm hoping, and I know, Foul, you were vouching for your Michigan Wolverines for this draft. I'm vouching for my Notre Dame for next draft. Kennedy Urlacher might come out next draft, and I'd love to see him at safety in a Bears.
That'd be a legacy pick. I wouldn't be mad at that.
That guy is, he had a great year last year. He is just going to get better this year. I do think he will be a first-round draft pick next year if he has another.
He's giving me Kyle Hamilton flashes.
Like he is. And according to good old Casey Urlacher, he trains with Mike Brown too.
Oh, yes.
Like he watches films and trains with Mike Brown. I was like, God damn, dude. Brian Urlacher, who was a safety in college, and then you're telling me Mike Brown's working with you as well. I mean, I'd love to see him next year's draft in the first round for the Bears.
Yeah, well, this draft we know is weak on safeties.
It is.
Wide receivers.
Linebackers.
Where we needed a linebacker too.
Yeah. And it's really weak on tight ends too, because outside of Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland, shit.
Average tight ends after.
It's just that the 2 tight ends are really, really good. That's the thing. Like the 2 tight ends are far above, But again, like fellas, like I think we really need to start diving into this because now, as great as we feel like we can be on paper, right? It's like 2 holes are very glaring that fit the scheme of a Dennis Allen's defense. We ain't even talking about offense, just a fit of his defense. That has to be addressed. That does. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to go and pick the kid with 10 because, like I said, if everybody wants Genty and Genty's available, Do they go and get Genty? Sure. I said fill the position of need first, and you can go in the second round. You can get Judkins. You can get Amarion Hemp. You can get a running back. I don't think that would be a problem in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
But with this first pick, as much as I like what Ryan Poles has been doing this season, I know I've been hard on him. He got to get this right, fellas. He got to hit this one. This one has to be no less than a ground rule double. He got to hit this one.
Well, before we get into some shout outs, we do know that Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles, hell, even Kevin Warren got a chance to talk today. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. I know that they were talking about, they asked Kevin Warren. Well, this is the crazy part about the Kevin Warren interview.
Oh, I know which interview you're talking about.
Kevin Warren they were actually talking to Kevin Warren today, and he said one of the reasons why he chose Chicago, because even though he was interviewing, he decided to buy a ticket to go to the Chicago Bears game just to see how the atmosphere was and how the crowd was. And it was actually that ticket that he bought that made him want to come here to Chicago to see. He saw how crazy the fans are, you know, how 80-year-old grandfather and his young grandson was out there in the freezing cold cheering on the Bears, you know. So that's what forced him. Well, I wouldn't say forced him, convinced him to come to Chicago. And he went home and he told his wife, yeah, this is the place that I want to be. And also there was talk about the stadium.
Yeah, it was.
You know, he was saying about how they bought the acres out there in Arlington Heights, how they're still in contact with the city of Chicago and with the lakefront. But he also said something about over there about Michael Reese as well. He mentioned that as well. So for all those people that thought for a split second that this was completely over, the Bears are moving to Arlington Heights, we still don't know. Now, will the shovels be in the ground in 2025?
Has to be.
That, I don't know. It does sound like, I mean, that's what he wants.
Which it should have been in
I
the
don't know with all this going on if that's going to happen. So, Frank, give me your thoughts about the stadium.
Can we? I think we actually have that skit. We want to play that skit before we.
Sure, we have that.
Yeah,
we got it. Play it.
I think we have it. Commish, play that for me.
All going good. All right. The one thing we've talked about a little bit, and I'm interested, is the stadium project.
Right.
Hit us on that a little bit and where we're at.
Yeah, the good thing about it is, one, is that we continue our conversations with the city of Chicago.
Yep.
I've said it many, many times that piece of land along the lakefront is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
I understand all the dynamics. I understand the politics. I understand the cost of it. And then, fortunately, back to George and his leadership and my predecessor, Ted Phillips, who I'm grateful for, they made a very forward-thinking decision right before I started. That was the piece of paper that was on my desk when I walked in my office in April of 23, is that they purchased 326 acres in Arlington Heights.
Right.
This land is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a great piece of land. And so now the key thing in all these stadium projects is optionality. So we're working every day with the city of Chicago, still pushing forward. And today, ironically, is the mayoral election in Arlington Heights. So we'll have a new mayor in Arlington Heights sometime by tomorrow. We are the largest landowner there. It's a wonderful piece of land. So I'm really excited for these next couple months.
So right there, he said that he's happy about these next couple months. Also, he asked a question.
Well, that wasn't even the video that I wanted to see.
He asked the question about will there be a dome or not?
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Tell us why. What's the thing?
I'll tell you why. Look what U.S. Bank Stadium has done for Minnesota.
Okay.
Because by having a fixed roof, it'll be the similar material, the ETFE material.
Right.
It puts us in a position to host the Super Bowl, host the Final Four, Big Ten championship games, college football playoff games, concerts, WWE, UFC. I mean, you think the city of Chicago, how dynamic and beautiful and transformative this city is. We have never hosted a Super Bowl ever in Chicago. We've never hosted a Final Four. And so the third largest media market, and they love activities. They love sports. They love concerts. They love entertainment. We have the infrastructure in place with the hotel, so we have to have a fixed roof. And I think what you'll see, and the interesting thing The museum campus is a little bit smaller. We'll have a small mixed use, but Arlington Heights, you're talking about being able to build almost a small city with hotels, housing, to be able to do something in that part of town.
Like that, yeah, okay.
Right there.
No, I apologize, Commish, on that one, because that is what I wanted to hear, the ending of that one.
Oh, yeah. So, once again, Frank, I know that you're praying and wishing that they come out there to stinking ass Arlington Heights where all the
skunks are,
coyotes and deers and all types of wildlife is residing at. Give us your thoughts on what you heard from him today.
Listen, what he said in every aspect, I feel like, is absolutely perfect. There is no question the lakefront of the city of Chicago is where most people would want it because of how beautiful they can make that look. But he did say that would be kind of smaller than what they would like, as opposed to Arlington Heights. You are making a whole freaking Bears city out in Arlington Heights, where you would have hotels, casinos, like every single thing that is all trademarked Chicago Bears. And yes, I mean, I'm not going to lie, 10 minutes from my house, but I don't care where they wind up, honestly. I would rather it being Arlington Heights, so it would be closer to me, but I just want them to get out of fucking Soldier Field and get a new damn stadium. That's all I give a shit. I want some new technology with this team. Get out of the old days. Like Bullet said down there, just build the damn thing already. Figure it the hell out. Make the right decision, though.
I'm going to say it like this, and I'm going to say it with my chest, because next week we need to have some dynamics, maybe a 30-minute segment where we actually show the video of what it could look like in both places and have some real banter about it. Because my thing is this, Kevin Warren, you just spoke to me, and all I heard was political jargon. I heard spin doctrine. I heard politics. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. I don't give a damn about Bearopolis, right? What I do care about is all those things you just named. If the Bears move to Arlington Heights, the city of Chicago prospers none from any of that. None of that brings any revenue to the city of Chicago. A Final Four in Arlington Heights is not a Final Four in Chicago. A Super Bowl in Arlington Heights is not a Super Bowl in Chicago. A Beyonce concert where she makes $1.2 billion. That's money for Arlington Heights. That is not money for the city of Chicago.
He said the same thing, though, if it was a retractable dome in Chicago.
Listen to what I'm saying, Frank. That revenue goes to Arlington Heights and the Bears. That's it.
Not if he builds it in Chicago still.
Let me finish. But what you just listened to that last thing where he said you can build a city, hotels, casinos, and all that. You know what that is? That's Bears money.
Yes.
That's Bears money, and that's Arlington Heights money. The city of Chicago, 606 area codes. 606 zip codes. Get no revenue from that.
And this is the thing, Jay.
They get nothing from it. Nothing. So
I agree with you on that front. But for how long has the city of Chicago not done a damn thing for the Bears?
That's the problem, because when you had the chance to do the right thing, Ted Phillips did the wrong thing. So we can't just continue to blame success of, the indiscretions of our predecessors on the future. Right now, listen to what he said. Yeah, it would be a little smaller, but at the same time, you build Bearopolis, right? How many Bears fans are benefiting that are in Chicago? What does Chicago kickback? What kickback does Chicago get? What money neighboring businesses and jobs? Yeah, Arlington Heights and neighboring suburbs people, they get jobs. You know who don't get jobs? City of Chicago people. Because guess what? Ain't nobody got an hour to drive out there to go to work and sell some beers for 3-4 hours and come back. Next thing you know, you can spend half your check on gas.
Yeah, and you're not, and I agree with you on that front, but I'm still leading to the fact that the city of Chicago has not done shit to help the Chicago Bears for decades. When it comes
this mayor This mayor is trying to change that. He's trying to fix that. But because of the way that they me personally, I don't give a damn about history. I would tear Soldier Field down and put some columns up somewhere else and just memorialize the people.
Yeah.
The structure is the structure, in my opinion, should not be a deterrent as to why you should build and continue progress. Yeah. You can what you call it, AI them damn columns and put them anywhere. It doesn't matter. But to have one of the the charter franchise, the big ticket, the charter city, to not have any of the thing that this megalopolis can bring will not benefit 1 red cent to the city of Chicago. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I understand where you're going with that, but I know it is a new mayor that's in Chicago, but I mean, they've been trying to work this out where Mayor McBeetlejuice or whatever the fuck her name was, and she hasn't done a damn thing. She basically said, why don't you guys worry about winning in the playoffs before worrying about getting a new stadium?
And she did say that, but at the same time, guess what? She ain't from Chicago.
Fair point.
Brandon Johnson is from Chicago.
I mean, every mayor has been shitting on the Chicago Bears for decades upon decades upon decades, and
because
now that they're
from
leaving,
Chicago,
the mayor is finally stepping.
Let me tell you who did right. Let me tell you who did right, and this is a little history for you guys. Let me tell you who did right by the Bears: the Dailies and Harold Washington. You know, everybody else in between them, not counting Mayor Jane Byrne or Vidoliak, that little crap. They ain't from Chicago.
It's fair.
Rahm Emanuel ain't from Chicago. Lori Lightfoot ain't from Chicago. They don't feel this like we do.
And I mean, that's fair. But I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm still at that point where Chicago brought this upon themselves.
Well, I'll put it to you like this.
I still hope they stay, but Chicago brought this upon themselves.
I'll put it like this. Get it done here in the damn city.
That's it.
I know people, you got a lot of people who say that.
I agree, Bullets. Just about the almighty dollar.
It's hell getting in and out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't mind it being put over there at the Michael Reese, because you're really not running into Lakeshore Drive like that. You know, Lakeshore Drive is over there, but it's not like you're east of Lakeshore Drive. You know what I'm saying? You'll be slightly west of it. So it is what it is. I mean, that's our talk for today. We're going to go ahead and get into some shout outs. Ain't much I can say about it because JB did say pretty much what I was going to say. Shit here, you know, politics is one thing in Chicago. They don't call it the Windy City because of the wind, goddammit. They call it the Windy City because of the politicians. Go ahead and play that music, Crooked. Let's get into these shout outs. Frank the Tank, you up.
Hey, man, shout out to you guys, man. Tuesday is always a blast. Last Tuesday was freaking incredible. Had such a good time out there at Staley's. And I know the family had a great time as well. To bring this out, my son was crying in his car ride home, holding the book that good old Israel Idonije gave him and signed, and was reading it like 50 times out loud the entire ride home. So I pretty much have the entire book memorized already. But I mean, other than that, shout out City of Chicago, shout out to all our sports team. They may suck, but like how we were saying earlier, the most passionate fans in the country. We've been sucking for a long time. We keep pushing, man. So other than that, though, I got nothing else. To give one more shout out, my son's birthday is on Thursday. He will be 9. And the funniest thing he said, he was like, Dad, can you take off work? Because they're on spring break. I was like, yeah, why? What do you want to do? He's like, can we go to the city? I was like,
oh, okay.
All right, we're going back to the city. You had that much of a good time. So now we're going to the city. He wants to go up in the Sears Tower, but unfortunately, Daddy's a little bitch when it comes down to that. And
take him on the virtual flyover tour. Take him on that.
I'll have to check that for sure. I know he did say he wanted to visit the Shed Aquarium, and he made sure he had to finish it by saying, can we go back to Israel Idonije's place and have dinner? So it looks like we're going to make a whole day out of that as well. So shout out to him and his birthday. He'll be 9.
Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, that can be a traditional father-son, lunch date kind of thing. So that'll be all good. Go watch the Bears game, so cool.
Yeah, he loved it there, so.
Awesome. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and give a quick shout out to Matt Shaw, real quick. Hot third baseman here for the Cubs. Got his first home run, so congratulations to him. Kyle Tucker as well got his first home run as a Cub there, and then the next day he did it again. So he's off to a good start as well. And then real quick, funny little story. Quick shout out to my wife as well. She's whenever she's out and about, she's listening to us on her phone and stuff. And she should wear headphones, but she doesn't. She just plays it in her purse and whatnot. So when she was listening to you guys over at Stanley's. Staley's. Staley's. And she said that she was getting some dirty looks from some of the other people that was walking by her and whatnot from her phone being too loud or whatever. So the person walks away, and then I see the comment. We mentioned it. We talk about it on the show. And right when the person starts to come back around, I play this.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
My wife said that she heard that, and she heard us cackling and laughing. All of a sudden, she could see on the corner of her eye her turn her head like, oh, are they talking about me? Like,
yes.
What? She put her shit down and just walked out the building. I was like, oh, that's hilarious, babe. I got to let the guys know about that one. So your clip, JB, came in handy.
Thank you, Janet. And that's one of my favorite clips, too.
That is a good clip. That is a very good clip.
Yes, it is.
All right, guys. I'm out of here. Go ahead, JB.
Yeah, that's on me. Again, Tuesdays. Again, first and foremost, thank y'all. Tuesdays is my day. Love it. Seeing my brothers and getting that good conversation. No matter how bad my work week is, Tuesdays tend to just get me back up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Israel Idonije again, and to the Stanley, and to all of our fans that came to the Stanley. Hey, that place was kind of rocking, y'all.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was kind of rocking. And can't wait to do it again, maybe after, post-draft. Sending this out to any other Bears, any other former Bears or current Bears that want to, meet up at the Stanley, do a live interview, come on and rock with us. Just, have a good time, man. And asking for you to sign no autographs, do anything. Just come and be yourself. Enjoy. Let us vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's on the document on the horizon, hopefully. Now let's get into this shout out. That was beyond lit. Obviously, thank you to. Oh, and I want to give a special shout out. Crook, what is your cousin's name again with the koozies? Because we all had personalized koozies with our nicknames on them that we were able to feature. We were able to feature at the Stanley, and that was cool. Mine says JD Stan. What was your cousin's name again?
Her name is Samantha, and here is her where you guys can go and check her out. If you guys order, use that promo code there, get another 15% off any type of design and whatnot. Like this is the design that she put on for the koozies that we're rocking. So that's the front of it, and then the back of it had the guys' names and nicknames. So like I said,
and that was a hit. We had a lot of people asking how they could get one. So post that link again real quick. And thank you, Samantha. I appreciate the love and the support. Now that is one bill that we will pay because that bill was an awesome bill.
Absolutely.
We'll continue to reach out to her. So thank you.
I'm happy you guys enjoyed them. She's gonna love that and stuff. Happy you guys.
Oh man, come on now.
No.
And okay, Ricky. Shout out to little Rick. Yeah, up there getting busy.
What?
No Grogu. Hey, no feeding with Grogu today.
No, he beat the shit out of Grogu. He's out on injury reserve for a few weeks.
Grogu needs some force healing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crook, Janet, my man Sivius R. Dixon chiming in earlier. One of our P1s, Jeanette Johnson. Big Dave came in early and often. It was off the chain. I'm a man Bears down. Thank you for chiming in. He came in. My man Lorenzo Clemens. He did chime in early with some Bulls talk and some Bears talk. When those rules come down, Lorenzo, we can get a quick 10, 15 minute segment from you real quick just to break down what the differences are in those rules. Maybe we can do that next week or the week after. Thank you. Shout out to Gargoyle 1. Gargoyle 1 came back. We appreciate you, Gargoyle. Ramon Acevedo, that's our guy, Crazy Ace. He's over there in North Korea, saving our borders, saving our lives, man. Thank you for your love, your support, and your service. Dan Tanner. Dan Tanner came back. My man on the East Coast, Jay Grizz. Jay Grizz, we got to get you back on too, man. We haven't heard from you. I know it's time for you to turn up. Let's see. Oh, the scroll. Hey, man. The Scrolls was on fire. Scrolls, we got to get you back on. Scrolls was about hockey, the Bulls, the Bears. Got to get that guy back on. We appreciate him and his banter. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and give this guy a lot of props. Brian, thank you for chiming in. Brian is a Packers fan, but Brian held his own.
His parents dropped him on his head too much when he was little. That's how he became a Packers fan.
Well, you know, I mean, however you want to spin it. But you know what he did do?
Spinning it too much too could do that.
He was right. He stayed 10 toes down, and he came on the show with us.
Hey,
I'm gonna give him his love, and I'm gonna invite him on. You know, he's down there in Arizona with that good weather. Bring some of that back up because he damn sure ain't getting in Wisconsin. That's my shot. Thank you to Illinois Jones as well. Illinois Jones, matter of fact, Illinois Jones was going back and forth with Brian. Same with TTNL Runaway. TTNL Runaway, if we can get you on too, man. Around here, we want the fans on. We want this. This is not just our show. This is your show. We do this for you. So if we can get you back on, not get you back on, but get you on TTNL, we would love that. Team Logan, thank you for chiming in. Team Leah, thank you for chiming in. Those are my little special Chicago Clubhouse podcasters. Love them. And my man Bullets, my brother from another, all the way from the West Coast, showing, you know, that Cali love, that West Side. What's that claim?
Hope you like that Bulls-Lakers game, Bullets, by the way. It was a good game. Good game.
We'll let that go.
Great passing by LeBron, by the way. Great.
You did it.
Great basketball IQ.
I thought we weren't going to talk about the Queen on this show yet. We talk about the Queen later.
I still would like a full segment on this, man.
Hey, you know I got ammo.
I want an undisputed show where we can do this.
Hey, Frank, I got old Nintendo Contra ammo for that cat.
I do too. So it'd be a very long show.
Yes. So shout out to my man Bullets. Shout out to Frank O'Dowd. And shout out to SB. Shout out to any family or friends from work that I have chiming in and students who love and respect. And then shout out to, if we only got one person watching, you know, that view tells us how many people are on that one person. Podcast mom, most affectionately known as Miss Sandra Marlon Holmes. Love you, lady. That's it.
Well, thank you guys very much for those lovely shout outs. First of all, I want to shout out our boy Israel Idonije for finally coming on to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, for allowing us to do a live podcast at the Stavies. His joint, remember, once again, the Stavies, 1736 South Michigan. Great sports bar, great food. You know what I'm saying? Great yeah, nice big spot too.
Yeah,
that's one thing I like about it. They got some room in there, so definitely was a great time. Thank you, Izzy. Shout out to the Stavies. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the chat. The chat was lit tonight. Thank you all very much. And remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Man, this dude got me going crazy over here.
Ricky, what they call them.
Yeah. So remember, rock with us. Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Please rock with us. Like and subscribe. You can catch us, the Chicago Clubhouse Network. Mondays, we got the Crooked Commish with his fantasy. Tuesdays, the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Wednesdays, she said what she said. Damn it, Thursday, depending on the sports season, is Plump or Bull Split, whichever one. Friday, I mean, I don't know. Easy may do something.
Easy comes on and does it when he wants.
Yeah, Easy comes and does it when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? And
easy
then
come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go.
Ooh, that'd be a good.
And also on Sundays during football season, we do have our Chicago Bears pre-game show starring the Crooked Commission, whoever else we have on here, the chef, You know, sometimes our boys Amp be on there as well. You know, you usually catch them 2 hours before the game. So if it starts at noon, maybe you can catch us at 10 o'clock Central Time. Okay. Want to give a shout out to you fellas. Frank the Tank, JB, the Crooked Commish, the super producer in the back, our boy T-Nick that's not here tonight, our boy Mr. Chicago, the mouth of the South that's from Chicago that resides in the South. Give a shout out to him as well. Shout out to the kiddies. They've been on spring break.
Yeah, it's spring break.
And it's still early, so they still up a little bit. Even though when I was young, I had to be in bed at 9 o'clock, but that's a whole nother story. Other than that, shout out to my beautiful fiance, and shout out to our boy right here, pretty
Ricky.
Other than that, fellas, you know what I'm saying? It's been a great show. So, for Frank the Tank, the super producer in the back, the Crooked Commish, T-Nick, JB, I'm 5 Mile C, and this right here is Pretty Ricky. Guess what, people? We out.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Yeah, Clubhouse.
L for love. Good times.
No lurkers. No lurkers.
No lurkers. No lurkers.
You're still here. It's over.